enough once again. So today we want to look at training number 53. We want to look at negotiation strategies for realtors, how you can close more deals, protect client interest, and maximize commission. Training objectives. So at the end of this training, we should be able to understand core negotiation principles, handle negotiation professionally, learn strategies that create win-win outcomes, improve confidence during deals, and close transactions faster. These are what we set out to achieve today. So what are the strategies? Number one, prepare like a professional. And how do you prepare as a professional? One, you need to know the market and recent sales around where your property is located. You study the property thoroughly. A client should not come and be the one pointing out something that you didn't even know about. Do you understand me? For example, you go for inspection and you find out that it's the client that is telling you that there's a leaking roof. So you should know everything about the property. Please, room sizes. What if he asks you, this kitchen is how many square meters? You should be able to say, give the answer immediately. Do you understand me? If it is a house, all the room sizes, you should, kitchen, dining, all those things, you should know what are the room sizes. Some people can go into that detail and begin to ask you the sizes of the rooms, the sitting room, and the kitchen. They can ask all those things. Okay, understands your client motivation. I think we discussed this briefly about 2 weeks ago. What is motivating the client? Why do the person want to buy? That will help you to know how you can tailor your negotiation. Anticipate objections and have possible answers. I think there was a time we handle objection clearly on this training. Do you understand? You must have a list of possible answers if the client raise any objection. Okay, understand exchange rates. No return on investment on the properties. These are very, very important because somebody could be just interested in buying the property for investment purpose. The person wants to be collecting rent. If he asks you what is the return on investment, you should be able to answer. We also discussed this last time, how you can calculate ROI based on the rent. If it is a finished property, somebody buys, what is that person's return on investment? You should be able to know all this. This is what makes you a professional. Please always remember, as I've told you before, you are a consultant. You are not an agent. Do you understand me? People should count on you to advise them on how they can, multiply the money they have already, how their money can work effectively for them so that they will be able to do what? Build wealth. Set the anchor price. The first number shapes the negotiation. For seller, if you are selling, you price slightly above market with justification. I think I've also said this here before. In this part of the country, give people opportunity to negotiate. Do you understand me? Always build in that room for the person to negotiate. I will say it's compulsory in this part of the world. Do you understand me? Some people, you just tell them, this is the price, no discount. You have put them off. They will never talk to you. Give them room to negotiate. Then if you are a buyer, make strategic offer. It's a two-way thing. It doesn't also mean that if you are a buyer, you can tell people anything. There are people that you make an offer to them, they just tell you they are not selling. They don't want even to continue with the negotiation. And all these things, you'll be able to do this if you have done your homework very well and prepared as a professional, as we saw in the previous slide. Do you understand me? Don't go, you want to buy property, you go and go and be underpricing people's property. Remember, the person, if you are buying, the person must have also incurred a lot of costs, maybe in developing the property, or even if it is land, there's what is called average market price. Do you understand me? In the area, you should be familiar with that. If, as a real estate consultant, sales executive, realtor, you should be able to control the negotiation. Don't allow it to slip out of your hands. Do you understand? And this we will see as we go down how you can do some of this. But please try as much as possible to control the negotiation. Use the power of silence. Present your offer and pause. Avoid negotiating against yourself. Let the other party respond. Silence often prompts concession, saying something that will weaken your own position. Do you understand me? Like, for example, the person asks you, how much is this property? You say the property is 500 million. The next thing you say, but the person has not even said anything. You say, we will give you discount. Do you understand me? You're already taking a weak position. That means in your mind, you have already admitted that the price is high. Do you understand? So that is what it means. So basically, you see, silence often prompts concession. If you tell the person the price, you keep quiet. Do you understand me? The person will be forced to say something. But if you say the price, you say, I will give you discount, you can pay in installment, you are just negotiating against yourself. You are weakening your position. Do you understand me? So mention your price. Allow the client to say his or her mind. Do you understand? It is very, very important that when you are negotiating, use the power of silence. Silence is what will make the person say something. And from what the person is saying, you have a leverage. You know the angle you are trying to go. Do you understand? And when you are silent also, you will be able to observe. One other thing you need to do is that if you are going for negotiation, I would advise that don't ever go alone. Do you understand me? Because somebody can tell you, say, okay, I'm interested in this your property. Come, let us discuss. You go there alone and you find yourself in the midst of 3 people. Everybody is looking at you. I can bet you will not come out on that negotiation very, very successful. They will win. This negotiation is like a match, Abi? So if one person is playing against 3 people, you already know what is the outcome. Okay, next slide. Okay, focus on value, not just price. So in negotiation, there are so many things you need to negotiate. It's not price is one, but it's not the only thing. Negotiate what? Payment plans, closing timelines. How long will the pay? Because at the end of the day, if you do everything is agreed upon, and the person is telling you need 2 months before you can buy, can you see that you have just succeeded in wasting your time? Do you understand me? Okay. So repairs or upgrade, if it is an old house, okay, the person say, I will buy this amount, but you need to put the property in order. You can negotiate that. Do you understand? That means if you intended to sell the property the way it is, you may now go back to your drawing board and find out what is going to cost you to upgrade the property. So you can also negotiate furniture and fitting. Some people will come and say, okay, we want furniture on this property before we buy. Don't say no. You can negotiate it. Do you understand me? Okay. Then agency fee is also very, very negotiable. when we bought Kagini property, so the facilitators, they insisted on 5%. We said, let us verify the property first. Do you understand me? So after verifying the property, we first of all negotiated with the client, the owner of the property, and then we come to the facilitators and tell them this is what we can pay. I think I have mentioned this before. Nothing is cast in stone. And one thing you should know is that the higher the value of the property, the lower the what? The facilitator's fee. It's not you understand? So when we sold the Hillview Estate also, the negotiation on the property value itself from the client became very, very tough. You understand? So the agents that were involved, they were the one who came on their own and say, we want this deal to go through, because we were insisting on a particular amount and the client was not willing to pay that amount. Do you understand? So they on their own say, okay, we can come down on our facilitator's fee to 3.5%. Let this deal go through. You can do like that. So please, what we are saying here is that there are so many things to do, what? To negotiate. So infrastructure commitments is also need to be negotiated. If somebody is buying for property in Kagini, for example, the price you are offering him, does it include infrastructure if it is a house, or excluding infrastructure? You need to negotiate that. And even how much is the infrastructure fee? You need to negotiate. Then different liability period in case of new home. Somebody will buy property and say, okay, I think I mentioned it here before. If you buy a finished property from us, you have at least 6 months deferred liability period. Do you understand me? Some of the property can even do 1 year. What this means is that if there's any defect, construction related issues, do you understand me? We're not saying now like we put a shower cubicle with tampered glass in a toilet or bathroom, and somebody out of carelessness go and break the glass and you start calling us. Do you understand? But I hope you know what post-construction issues. Normally, if somebody park into a new room, you start using the facility, there may be some small issues. But damages that the person caused on his or her own is not within what we are discussing here. So you can also negotiate that. Do you understand? These are the things that when you have reached certain stage in the negotiation, you know where you bring these kind of things in. Do you understand me? But don't, be too forward to bring them too early and weaken your own position. Don't give the client impression that, okay, don't concede too early. That's the best way to put it. Do you understand me? Okay, number 5, control your emotion. Stay calm and professional. Never argue or show desperation. Be solution oriented. The calmer negotiator usually wins. You see what we are saying here? Please, I think we have discussed this before and we continue to discuss it all the time. Actually, nobody wants to be sold to. Do you understand me? Nobody wants to part with the money he has in his or her pocket. Do you understand? So the moment a client sees that you are desperate to make sales, the person will start, feeling, first of all, he start feeling that he's being shortchanged on this deal. Do you understand me? You need to be what? Very, very calm. Don't ever go to a client and tell the person, please buy this property so that my office will give me commission. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Go and write it somewhere. Don't ever go to a client and say, or even your brother or your sister, brother, uncle, please buy this property so that nobody's. Do you understand me? It's not their responsibility to put money in your pocket. Sell value. Instead, what you will tell the person, say, if you buy this property now at this price, let's say 15 million, in the next 6 months, the value can go up to 17 million. That is what the person want to hear. Do you understand me? It's not there to buy so that you get commission. No. Do you understand me? So please try to be, don't show desperation. That's just the best way to put it. So be solution oriented, like what we discussed before. The things that you can do. Last time we also discussed, tell the person other things you can do for him or her. For example, if you buy this property, I can help you get service providers around here. We can help you get schools that your children can attend. Dry cleaners are here. Just give those kind of things. Do you understand me? But don't go and begin to say, oh God, beg you, go cap in hand. Eh? Don't go cap in hand to a client so that they will give you commission. They will not buy. I'm assuring you that. Eh? So please, the calmer negotiator usually wins. Okay, use the give and get technique. Never give without receiving. In this negotiation, please, you need to be very, very tactical about it. If you are conceding something, try to get something in return so that at the end of the day, it will be a win-win situation. For example, if somebody is offering a price below the market value, you can say, okay, if my client or our company agree to this price, can you complete payment within 30 days? Do you understand? You are now trying to see if you can talk to management to reduce the price for that person, but on the condition that the person will pay within 30 days. Do you understand? So you're reducing the price, but you are getting something. You are getting the money, the whole money earlier than expected. Let's say it's a property that normally the person is supposed to pay some certain amount of money and then pay the balance for 6 months. But the person is saying, okay, this is what I can afford. Okay, you say, I can talk to management. If they will accept this price, will you pay within 30 days? Do you understand? So always get something for any concession you give. There are other things that you can say. Do you understand me? Example could also be, okay, if we sell this property to you, can you give us 5 referrals, people who are your friends and you are sure they must buy? So always use the give and get technique. Next slide. Okay. Number 7, create urgency ethically. Please always remember the word ethics in this our profession. Do you understand me? Highlight genuine buyer interest. If you tell this a client that some other people are interested in this property, for me, it's not desperation. But all these things depends on how you present it. Do you understand? If you tell the person, now, if you don't buy it today, the property, before you come tomorrow, the property is sold. That is what? Desperation. Just politely. There are other people who have expressed interest in this property, and we don't know. They already have our account details, but we don't know when they are going to make payment. Do you understand? Then mention fast-moving markets. You can, highlight how property moves in that area, that people are making sales, people are buying. Communicate possible price reviews, which is true. Like when we did promo, if you tell somebody, say, after January 10th, the price will go back to this. You have not lied. You have said the greatest asset. Never lie. Do you understand me? Never do what? Lie. Once a client finds out that you told him or her lie, all the trust, everything is gone. Do you understand me? Please always remember the amount of money involved in real estate transaction. Try as much as possible to be a very, very credible person. Let your yes be your yes. And anything you are telling somebody, you can give the person an opportunity to verify. Do you understand? For example, when we are doing the promo, okay, you say, okay, if you are doubting me, this is office line, direct line. Can you reach them and find out what to ask? Visit our website. You understand? Or visit our social media pages. You will see that we are now on what? Promo. You have not told lie. You are just presenting yourself as a very credible person. Okay, use data as your weapon. For example, you just go to a place, somebody tell you, say, okay, how much is your 25 square meter shop in Guarempa on ground floor? You tell the person is 65 million. The person say, you people, your price are always too high, this and that. Rental yield. How much will if the person buy the shop, how much will he or she be collecting on rent on yearly basis? These are the things that will help people make what? Decisions. Infrastructure development. What is coming out apart from your own property? What is generally, coming up around that place? Do you understand me? For example, they are building road. If you go to our Kangini now, those in front of us, they have started what? Doing work to fence their own. Those are what? Developments that are coming around the area. Do you understand? So have fast, present fast. No guesswork. You should be able to justify any statement you make. Do you understand me? You should be able, that's why we discussed at the beginning, to prepare professionally. If somebody is buying property from you, you should be able to give the person a range of what? The rent the person will get, whether it's commercial or residential. It's very, very important. As we discussed, many people buy property for what? Wealth creation. Eh? As said, discussed the other time, most of my friends that are buying into our estate in Kagini, most of them are not going to live there. Do you understand? They are buying mainly for what? Investment. And all these things are what will, get them interested. Appreciation trend. If the person buy the property 6 months, 1 year, what will be the value? You should be able to, present data. This place, you can go to the extent of, showing evidence of the ones we sold last year, with maybe offer letter we gave somebody and acceptance, and what we are selling now. That is what? That is data. Do you understand me? You should be able to use data as your weapon. If not, you will lose in the negotiation. Justify every statement you are making with what? Data. So first, reduce emotional resistance. Okay, ask smart questions. Example, what is most important to you in this day? Remember last time we discussed what? Motivation. What is motivating the person from buying? So you ask, because when you ask questions, you will now be able to get leverage. You will be able to get more facts that will help you to know the direction you are moving to. So what will make you comfortable moving forward today? Are there any concern preventing your decision? Please, this question is very, very important. If you take somebody for inspection or negotiate, or you are in a negotiation table, you must ask this question. Do you understand? It is only when, for me, if I ask this question and the person say no, the next thing I will ask, can we have your payment now? Do you agree with me is the right thing or not? Why do you need to ask that? So that you even know whether the person is just testing the market or just a complete time waster. Do you understand? I will ask you any question. If I take people to site, I will ask you any question. Do you like the quality of work? Any other concern? Once you tell me there's no other concern, I go straight and ask for the money. And if you can't give me the money, or you can't give me a definite timeline when you can make financial commitment, I'll know where to put you in my list of prospects. Do you understand? Please always give them opportunity. Ask them. Hmm? Because in most cases, they will, if you didn't ask this question, the person may have concern and go back with it. You will not know. You just come here and be calling, I've not heard from you since. There may be something. It could be that the person is not, there was one woman that came to that our Guarimpa site. The only thing that stopped this woman from buying is that she don't have the complete money, and she don't know when she'll be able to make up the money. Do you understand me? At a point, the woman opened up to me on this, and I did all I can, gave her discount. He said this is the money she has now, and it's not as if she has a very steady source of income. She cannot say that in the next few months, 6 months, she'll be able to raise the balance. Do you understand? But I made sure that I cleared every doubt. She told me the place is okay for the business she wants to do. She liked the place. She has even gone to other places. The price is reasonable, it's within what they are saying. But what is holding me back? I don't have complete cash. Do you understand? So asking this question, one, it saves you what? Time. And then listening reveals what? Leverage. Just as you have said now, I have known what the person's challenge is. Do you understand? So what I can do is, if I see any other property within her budget, even if it's not our own, I will reach out to her. So next slide. Okay. Be willing to walk away. Can everybody repeat this? Be willing to walk away. Okay. Desperation weakens your what? Position. Step back when the deal doesn't make sense. Leaving the door open often brings what? Better terms. It's just like what I said now. In the case of me and that woman, I know that I have to walk away. Abi? So please know it that normally, and I believe you guys know this, it is not every negotiation you go for that the deal will be closed. Some will not work. At some point, you just need to do what? Walk away. The price will not work. Eh? It may not be only price. It may be certain condition. Okay, for example, a client gives you his or her property to sell, like what we discussed on the things we can negotiate. He say, sell this property the way it is. Eh? And then a client is coming and say, before I buy this house, you have to renovate it to a certain taste. And the client who gave you the property to sell, I see, sell this my property the way it is. I don't want to put, even if I have money in my pocket, I don't want to put it to renovate this house. I want to sell the way it is and collect my money and move on. Whoever buys have to do the renovation his or herself. And the client come and say, you must renovate before I buy. Can you see there is opportunity to just walk away? Do you understand me? Because the owner of the property have given you his or her mandate, what you want. So, and the other person is saying you must renovate. The only way you walk away, Abby, and put the person somewhere in your prospect list. If you see another property that don't need the renovation, you give the person an option. So please know that it's not compulsory you go for negotiation and you close. Don't show desperation. Don't give ridiculous prices that will not make sense. Step back when the deal doesn't make sense. Okay, next slide. Okay, build long-term, number 11 now. Build long-term relationships. Aim for win-win outcomes. Earn referrals and repeat clients. Strengthen trust. Your reputation is your strongest negotiation tools. We have discussed this before. Please, it's not all about closing deal, making money. Let the client also get what? Something. Like I said before, buy property from us. We give you at least 12 months deferred liability period. That is a win-win. Do you agree? one is it shows that we are sure of what the quality of work we did. Do you understand me? There's one man that subscribed to our estate. So he told us that where he bought house before he came to our estate, the roof of the house, new house, is leaking. At a point, they had to remove the entire roof and re-roof the house again. Can you see? If somebody is not sure of the quality of work he did, they will not agree to give different liability period, because that's what a construction related issues. Hmm? Please make sure that as you discuss with clients, they should give value. Do you understand me? They should give value. That is why, as a company, we are doing everything within our power to make sure we hand over, we close Guarimpa end of next month. Do you understand? Because people have trusted us. They may be few, but the kind of trust they had on us, I will not sleep well if we did not deliver. Hmm? If somebody almost 6 months ago buy a property for you and pay 100% one day, you tell the person, come and take the property this day, and that day you begin to tell stories. It's no longer now a win-win situation, because the person gave you the situation, win-win outcome. Do you understand me? So that's why if we have our prices now, but if somebody say, like those people that paid 100%, they came and say, this is what we didn't say to them, in all honesty, at normal price. We have to give them what? Serious discount, because they gave us all the money at once. And it's the money we are using to develop the property. Can you see the thing? So it's a win-win outcome. Do you agree? They get higher discount and we get the money to put on the project. Okay. So please always remember, any opportunity you have in this our business, especially in this country, try to build trust. Try to do something that will do what? Strengthen the trust, because there is trust deficit. In December, when you guys were enjoying yourself, I saw some people went to Dubai to do Christmas. I was working on site and one man came. So he was swearing by his life that will not deliver on the project. What made him to say that? He said there's a place he bought property. They said they will deliver. They gave them a date. So, and 12 months after that date they gave him, they have not delivered. So you can see that in the mind of this particular person, this is how every real estate developer behaves. There is serious trust deficit when it comes to real estate in Nigeria. But there are still people, real estate developers, that keep to their word. Do you understand me? And I beat my chest to say that we are one of them. The quality of work we did on that our first estate, the Mark Hill View, each time I sleep and remember it, I'm very happy about it. I'm very, very happy, because we left nothing to chance. When the CNS came there, I think I shared this before, he asked so many questions. Do you understand me? And when we were building the property, some of our vendors were saying, why are you doing this on property you are going to sell? Just do. If they come, they will repaint. Why should we, as a company, sell a property to somebody as a finished home, and then the person come and start repainting, changing the door we put? It doesn't make sense for me. Do you understand me? And when we are doing all those things, we never had them in mind. Never had the Navy in mind. We didn't know they would come. But we sat down, we thought of everything, and we took care of it. One other thing that was the man was very much interested in, was the emergency exit. You know, as military people, they always want to have a way where they can, do you understand? So he asked for emergency gate. We took him there. He says the camera working. We say, come and sit in the control room. You sit down, we on the camera, check everywhere. From that control room, you can see everything happening in the estate. Do you understand? So Please, trust is deficient, but there are people who clients can trust, and I'm trying all my best to make sure that we are one of them at any point in time. So any opportunity you have, say something, do something that will increase clients' trust on you. And please, you go out also, get testimonials from those who have bought property from us. Some people have bought property, they paid for land, they did not get it. And that's why that day we did groundbreaking ceremony, we saw testimonies of people who are certified that they subscribe to our estate. Okay. Control the negotiation environment. The environment matters. Do you understand me? Try as much as possible to have the negotiation in the environment you put up together. If it is not, even if it is not your office, maybe the person says, okay, I will not be able to come to your office, but you can suggest a place for the person, maybe an eatery, even if it means you pick up a bill for whatever things you take there. But you are at a better advantage when the environment is your own. Do you understand me? You agree with me that if you invited somebody, although some people can walk away without caring, but if you invited somebody for a negotiation meeting and maybe you guys had it in a restaurant and you're able to pick the bill, can you see that it increases your strength? Do you understand me? It makes that person know that this lady is not one of those desperate ones that are looking for begging people to buy so that they get commission. Abi? They will place you at a very high esteem. That's what I'm trying to say. Do you understand me? So please always go out of your way to have the negotiation code in your own environment. But if it is possible, that if it is not possible, the person insisting you come to their place, go with somebody and please prepare. One of the things that can make you very comfortable is that you try to get there before the time. Not that they say come 2 o'clock to my tama, and by exactly that 2 o'clock, that is when you are looking for vehicle to go there. Maybe you will come, it matter, you say, I'm going somewhere. You come and meet me. My driver is not around. I can't drive you there. If whether the negotiation is your own place or that person's place, please make sure that what you get there in time. Because if they are, let's say you are late, they are already calling you, Abi. So you'll be going there, you'll be in a hurry. When you go there, you are not yourself. Do you agree with me? But let's say you are there 10 or 15 minutes before the time, Abi, you can sit down, reflect on the likely objection question they will ask you, look at the environment, even get a very firm control of the environment, know who is who. You can even have an idea of who the other people you are going to meet. Do you understand? So please, for negotiation, when it comes to sitting down to discuss, try to be as calm as you could be. Do you understand me? And the only way, one of the way you can achieve that is to be at the negotiation venue in time. Target at least 10 minutes before the time. You can make 15, 20, fine, so that you are very much what? Relaxed. They shouldn't see you that you are in a hurry, you are not organized. They will ask you one question, it will put you off. At the end of the day, you will not win the negotiation. So this is where we draw the curtain on today's training. So I hope you will master these strategies and transform your closing rate.
Mark Homes Limited are leading real estate developers based in Abuja, Nigeria. We currently have ongoing development projects with high return on investment. Please visit our website, our social media handle, or contact us on the number displayed on the screen. Thank you for watching this video. We believe you have been positively impacted. Please subscribe, like, and share.